A Fox News alert. The jury in the Bill Cosby sexual assault trial has told the judge that they are deadlocked, but the judge said too bad, head back, and continue deliberating and try to reach a verdict. So the jury has been deliberating for 4 days now. Cosby is accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a woman in his home. Cosby's spokesman says he's doing okay.
He's holding up. His spirits are good. He is, being Bill Cosby. And, just taking it in this moment, believing that these jurors are looking through the facts, seeing the truth, and that was the purpose of us being here.
Joining us, former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney Yodit Tewolde and former prosecutor Dan Schorr. Thank you both for joining us. We have some breaking news here, so let's get right to it. Jury deadlocked. What do you think that means, Yodit?
It means one or two things. There is one or two or more jurors that are holding out. We don't know which side. And what they're saying is, Judge, we can't come to a unanimous verdict. We can't do it. We looked at the evidence for 4 days. We can't come to a decision. And the judge is now saying, well, no, we need you to go back in and try. Whatever you need to do, go and discuss, go look at the evidence again, but come back with a verdict
and
if you can.
And it seems to make sense because they have only been deliberating for 4 days. Does this surprise you?
It's not surprising because it is a difficult case. You have a victim who comes off very credible and there's some corroboration, but on the other hand, it's an old case and that always makes it tougher. There's some inconsistencies with the victim's account. That's normal in a sexual harassment or sexual abuse case because there's so much fear involved in the victim reporting the story, but still juries have a tough time with that sometimes. So there's a lot to wrestle with here.
So what if the jury comes back a second time and says that we're still deadlocked? We can't reach a conclusive decision.
The judge can then again
send them back
or say, you know what, we're deadlocked. We have a mistrial. So it just depends on maybe how long they take this time. They take another 2 days and say, Judge, we can't come up with a verdict. He may actually just let that be the case.
So if a mistrial is declared?
If there's a mistrial, then there'll be a whole new trial, and that could be right away, or it could be a few months down the road. But when the jury first says they're deadlocked, the judge always sends them back to continue deliberating. You'll never see a mistrial declared right away. So you might see it 2 or 3 times before they finally say, okay, you're deadlocked, we're going to have a mistrial here.
Yeah, you heard Cosby's attorney saying there that he's doing okay. What about, he's had some, what you could call bizarre behavior, leaving the court and entering the court and in court, actually.
Right, he had a moment with Big Albert or Fat Albert.
Yeah, humming the song.
I think it was insensitive, obviously.
And there was some video of him what appeared to be grinning.
Grinning, right. It's just not, optics-wise, it doesn't look good. This is a serious case that involves a serious accusation. So that was not smart on his role. But you know what? Right now, with the jury being deadlocked, that is a good sign, obviously. There is reasonable doubt in the minds of 1 or 2 or more of these jurors. That's a good thing for Cosby.
Dan, you agree?
Usually a mistrial is considered a win for the defense. Obviously, they'd rather have an acquittal, but anything that stops him from being convicted, which would mean spending the rest of his life in prison, that's good for Bill Cosby. But we would definitely see a retrial. The prosecution's not going to let this go.
No.
Okay. And do you think that his behavior will impact anything?
It could.
Could it have been calculated?
Well, his impact right now, they're sequestered, so the jurors don't know what he's doing. But as far as what we're watching, the world, that's not a good look at all, and it's insensitive. And so I don't know what he's thinking, especially when he's now legally blind, right? And that was to garner some sympathy. But then that's reversed now with you laughing and grinning and being so insensitive. So I don't know what's going on in his mind.
Or he looks crazy. I mean, honestly.
Also, if there's a retrial, there'll be another jury, and that other jury may be hearing about this.
And that's
they might be watching TV now.
All right, Yodit and Dan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
John?